Hi folks, it's that time of year again in the South where we've got those darn carpenter bees that are drilling into all of our buildings. So we're going to do something about that, and we're going to make us some bee traps. Now you can make these a lot of different ways, and we're going to do a little experimentation with 4 different types of bottles to see what we like best. Stick around and let's learn together.
Well, to get started on this project, my dad went over to the miter saw and set up a little stop block there so we could get repeatable cuts. And in this case, we went with 6 inches, but we later learned we probably could have went with 5 and we would have been fine. But he's going to take these scrap pieces of 4x4s and cut them down to size pretty quick here. We ended up with 15 in all. And of course, I get to work with my dad on this project, so that's always a fun thing to have him in the shop, and I enjoy working with him. And there's those 15 cut pieces, down to 6 inches each. The next thing we're going to do is find the center of that 4x4 using the center finder ruler so that we can drill right down through there for the main hole. Now that hole's going to be a 3/4 of an inch hole. Now I'm using a very aggressive auger bit there. It has a threaded tip on it. Don't do that. I learned very quickly that it's not a good idea, a little bit unsafe. I'm going to show that to you here in just a little bit. I'm just realizing that the travel of the drill press isn't good enough. It won't go deep enough. We'll figure that out in a minute. But what I want to show you, safety tip number 1, is on this auger bit, when I go to start drilling, you'll see that thing is just going to get out of my hand and take it straight down. And that's not good. Too aggressive. Now that's just safety issue number 1. You're going to see something else here again coming up pretty quick. But as far as the depth goes, I could hand it over to my dad and he could finish it up with his paddle bit. Now he also has an auger bit on the end of that. Again, don't recommend it. They're very aggressive. Should have used a straight paddle bit, which later on we ended up using. And you'll see that in just a little bit. But at least we had a guide hole that got it started and he could finish that part off. The good thing is, once we got a little assembly line going, as you'll see later on, the process went pretty well. And now's when it got really dangerous. A couple things went wrong here. I grabbed the piece with my hand, I didn't tighten the vise down well enough, and I used that really aggressive bit. Don't let this happen to you.
Yeah, hey, you could use that for a lathe.
Yeah, you can.
We both laughed about it, but all joking aside, that was kind of scary and dangerous. So learn from my mistakes.
When that thing grabs right there.
Now, of course, I did not learn from my own mistakes, so I continued on with that same drill bit, but was just very careful. I should have switched for a paddle bit. But what I did was I didn't go as deep, and I just got that initial hole started so my dad could follow up with his paddle bit and finish it on out. Once again, we got our assembly line going, and man, we work fast. I know where I got it from now. And in a few moments, you'll see a few other safety tips that my dad mentioned, and he was right. Hey, while we finish this up, if you don't mind, and you're liking the content, I would appreciate any likes and subscribes that you might be willing to do. Now, I do this pretty much for fun, both the woodworking and DIY, and the tech part of this, making these videos. It's part of my hobbies, so I'd probably do it anyway, but I do appreciate any likes and subscribes that you would do. Let's get back to this. I'm just doing a bit of shop cleanup here as my dad finishes up drilling that center hole in those blocks. The next step was to figure out how deep that drill bit went, and it ended up being about 4.5 inches. And that's why we could have got by with making these blocks 5 inches instead of 6. Now we can figure out where we're going to put that 45-degree angle that's going to go up through the side and into the center of that channel we drilled in the middle. So we played around with that a little bit and finally settled on about 2 inches up. That should work out well for us and make sure we hit the channel without going up too far and hitting that solid block of wood. That gives the bees a path to go up into at the 45-degree angle and then back down and eventually into the bottle. So what I'm doing now is marking each side with that 2-inch mark. And then I'm going to mark about in the center of the block there, just to make sure it lines up with the hole. And once I have all 4 of those done, I can take my little square and draw a line up from there, and that will form an X marks the spot, so we know where to start drilling. Perfect. Now my dad started drilling these holes. He would start with the drill bit up directly above it and just get it started, and then come down to the 45-degree angle and finish it off. And you'll notice that we switched over to the normal spade bit, and that worked just fine. There was really no need for that auger bit that we were using earlier. Once we got another assembly line going, he was just drilling those holes, and I was just marking those blocks. And I would think that would make it foolproof.
That makes it almost foolproof, so we can't drill it home.
So what he's saying is if it's drilled wrong, he measured it. I like he put that in. That way we know.
Now, if we only had a way to clean these holes up.
I know how we might be able to clean it up inside a little bit if you got a rat tail file.
Do.
Put it up and then knock that off a little bit.
And the rat tail file worked perfectly on these.
Oh yeah, I cleaned it up good. Look at that, looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as you can imagine, we had a lot of these to do. So we went on through and finished up this batch.
I feel better getting that out of there. I think it'll be
Yeah.
better. I think that did it.
Now we can start working on the bottles that we're going to use to attach to the bottom of these bee traps. My dad chose to start with the sports drink bottle, and he's cutting some slits there. That'll allow him to push those sides up and create some tabs. And he's just folding those tabs over flat. And then what he's going to do is he's going to take the bottle and lay it on top of the block here. And now the tabs will serve as a place to secure it. So he takes the staple gun and just goes around it, securing the bottle to the block of wood. And once that's nice and snug on there, you can go back and trim off the extra pieces of plastic that are hanging over the edge there, just to clean that up a little bit. And next we're ready to try one of these vitamin bottles.
I will say I don't have the vise to hold this, so be careful with your hand. Don't.
And wear a glove?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think so.
There's-
I think it'd be an excellent idea to wear a glove when you're doing that.
My dad recommended I wear a glove when I'm doing this, and it's probably a good idea. Usually you don't want to be around power tools with gloves, but chances are this could slip off on you. Or use a vise.
So now we could drill that hole in the top of the vitamin bottle, and I'm using a 3/4 inch spade bit there. Go through, clean the hole up a little bit, and then I'm going to take that and make sure it lines up with the center hole on the block. And then once it does, I'm going to use a few screws in here. I ended up using 3 and kind of divided it. I probably could have got away with 2 though, if I'd really wanted to. I think it would hold just fine.
So this next one feels a little more dangerous. It's the metal, and we're going to use a step bit and try this.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you have a big, like a vice grip you could hold onto that with and then drill it? And that way it's not going to move on you, or something that'd make it a lot safer for you. Just enough to hold it so you just your hand swinging it around. Yeah, I think it'd be a lot better like that, but I could be wrong.
Nope, you're not wrong. Another good idea.
The step bit actually did a very nice job, clean hole, and not a lot of shredding out with the metal.
And I did the same thing I did with the vitamin bottle. I went ahead and sank 3 screws in there. Again, probably could have got by with 2, but 3 seemed appropriate there. Attach the bottle and make sure everything's going to work well. And I think it will. Let's see how it looks next to the other one. Yep, pretty good. So of course we're going to repeat that process until we ran out of blocks or bottles. I believe we actually ran out of blocks first. We had a few extra bottles because we were able to do all 15 of them. And what he's doing here now is he's finding the center of that block using that little gauge there. And then he's going to drill a pilot hole. And then once he gets that drilled, he will take a eye screw and he's going to put it in there and twist that around. First, using the screwdriver for a little extra leverage there. Wow, I know where I get it from now. I'm always dropping my tools. All right, now he can take that and go ahead and screw that in there. And we have a complete unit there. And now he just has to repeat that process 14 more times and we'll be done. Fortunately, he moves pretty quick here. And once we got our assembly line going again, this whole process went fairly quickly. And of course, no project is complete until Shop Cat signs off on it.
You're a good helper, aren't you?
And I'm happy to know that Shop Cat is an equal opportunity inspector. He'll check everyone's work there, make sure everything's going well. So it's not just me. Yeah, I'm glad to know that. I think we got that whole project done in 2, maybe 3 hours. So that really wasn't too bad for 15 bee traps. You figure if you buy them at a local store, they usually cost about, I don't know, 20 bucks a piece. So it was a worthwhile endeavor. Plus I got to have fun working with my dad here. Now I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup work and we're ready to wrap this thing up.
Well, that was a fun project and it was actually pretty quick, especially once we got an assembly line going here. And as you saw, we did 4 different styles as far as the bottles and the containers that are on here. I don't know, what did you think about what the pros and cons, or what your favorite method was?
Well, originally I thought mine was a really good idea. And once I seen my son do his, I think his was a better idea. I hate to admit it, but I think his is better. You screw put the cap on there, and then screw the bottle on it. I think that's probably a better way to go.
And they both worked okay. So this one here is where we flared out the bottom and then stapled it. It's got a certain look and feel to it. And I think one of the things you'd said too was this gives a larger area, and then when you're hanging it, you can empty it by taking off the cap, which that's kind of nice. That'd be a neat feature. With these type, you actually have to take the container off and empty the container. Now, I will say that for me, for these different bottles, I did find that the vitamin bottle with the wider lid was a little bit easier to get the screws around the edge. These medicine bottles had a slightly smaller lid, and so it was a little harder to get the screws in there and not interfere with anything, but it worked fine still. And then we did the glass mason jar, and we used the step bit on that. And that was good too, but you really need to be careful with the metal and making sure it's not sharp points, but that turned out pretty good.
The thing you need to watch, though, with the glass, you don't want to drop it because it will break.
That's a good
when you empty it.
That's a good point.
With the plastic, it'll just bounce if you drop it.
Yeah, yeah, very good point. Yeah, and I could see me doing that and breaking that. So, but yeah, overall, I think these worked well. And again, quick and easy, as you saw in the video. Once we got an assembly line, we got 15 of them made. So we're ready to go take out some bees. Now what I'll do is I'll hang these out, and Daddy will hang some out, and we'll see how they do. And at the end of this video, we'll show you if we got any good results on them.
And I think it's a really good project for a son and father to do together.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed it.
Me too, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, stick around and we'll see the results, and thanks for watching.